Ravens got their biggest injury scare of the offseason, and it came from Lamar Jackson. Reading a report from Jeff Strebick, he initially said, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson left practice about 40 minutes early with strength and conditioning coach Scott Elliott next to him and team doctors trailing. Lamar Jackson got knocked down making a throw. He stayed in for a few plays, but appeared to be flexing his hand and his wrist. So when we saw that, we were like, oh, no, that's not good at all, because we know Baltimore Ravens' success this season and really every season, so much of it depends on Lamar Jackson. So a lot of us were freaking out when we first heard about that. But then this was the follow-up. It said, a team spokesman said that Lamar Jackson just got his foot stepped on and he's fine. So initially I was like, okay, cool. Hey, Lamar's good. Woo-hoo. We avoided a serious injury. Everything is good to go. But then a lot of us thought about it and they said, hold up. The initial report said Lamar Jackson got knocked down making a throw. Nobody says they know who knocked him down. Nobody said they saw it. They said that Lamar Jackson just threw the ball, and then they were looking at where the ball was going, and they look back at Lamar Jackson, then he's getting helped up by Ronnie Stanley, so we don't know what happened, who knocked him down. It said that initially he's holding his wrist and flexing his hand, but then the team spokesperson said, oh, he just got his foot stepped on and he's fine. So we were like, how do those two correlate? Maybe the only thing that could have happened, he got his foot stepped on, fell down, and then maybe landed a little awkwardly on his hand, and he had to use his hands to break his fall, so now that's why his hand was a little bit sore, but I don't know. But then Cordell Woodland said that after the fall, after the incident, that Lamar Jackson, he continued to throw, and that's been everybody's report, that Lamar Jackson, he got knocked down, but he continued to practice for a little bit, but Cordell Woodland said that a lot of his throws, they were inaccurate, they were off. He said he missed a wide open Keaton Mitchell in the flats, and Lamar Jackson was frustrated, and then he ended up slamming his helmet, and then he stopped practicing after that. He left practice after that with the trainers. So that leads us to believe, like, hey, if he's leaving with the trainer after trying to continue, then could it really be something that's going on with his wrist? It's very, very concerning. Even though the spokesperson, we all know, hey, the spokesperson said Lamar Jackson is okay. And I really want to take that spokesperson's word for it. I really do. But right now, I just can't. Not for how weird this whole thing is. And it got even weirder when Tylan Wallace was at the podium speaking.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, at the time, I guess I didn't really notice it. I was in running the plays and stuff. Obviously, I noticed he wasn't there, but didn't know what was going on. But I was thinking, like, oh, he's just probably resting his arm, something like that. But right. Obviously, keep him in our prayers and everything. I hope he's doing great and all that stuff. But I'm sure, Lamar being Lamar, he'll be back sooner before we know it.
When Tylan Wallace said we keeping him in our prayers, I was just like, for a minor injury, I don't really hear players say stuff like that. But again, hopefully everything is just them being extra precautious. Now, this came straight from BaltimoreRavens.com. It was an article that recapped practice, and this was the excerpt about Lamar Jackson. It said the Ravens had a bit of a scare on Wednesday when Lamar Jackson left training camp early with medical personnel. However, a team spokesman said after practice that Lamar Jackson had his foot stepped on and is fine. With about 40 minutes remaining in practice, Lamar Jackson walked into the Under Armour Performance Center training room with Chief Medical Officer Andrew Tucker, head certified athletic trainer Adrian Dixon, and others. Lamar Jackson had been inadvertently knocked down on a previous play, but remained in practice to take more snaps before exiting. Offensive coordinator Todd Monken said he didn't see what happened, and wide receiver Tylan Wallace said he didn't know what was going on. So even with that, everything is still very, very vague. It's extremely vague. So it's a lot of unknowns right now. We're just wondering, all right, we need to see Lamar Jackson. We could hear what the spokesperson said. We could hear what BaltimoreRavens.com said. We could see what every single beat writer is putting out there. But for us, for our own sanity, we need to see Lamar Jackson back out there. Now, Marlon Humphrey, well, his ghostwriter, did try to help out the situation because Marlon Humphrey's ghostwriter posted some pictures of Marlon Humphrey from practice. But then Ayush asked, he said, ghostwriter, can you ask Marlon to check on Lamar Jackson for us? And the ghostwriter responded, he said, he's doing great. So, hey, everybody's saying the right stuff. Everybody's saying everything that we want to hear as fans, but we will not rest until we actually see Lamar Jackson back at practice, and hopefully that ends up being the case tomorrow so we can put all this to rest. Now, Ravens, y'all got some questions that we need answered. But first, Team Keep It Clean, they got some questions that they need answered. And let's get into it. But before we do, if you ever want to be a part of it, just send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com. Or if you want to become a Team Keep It Clean patron and show a little extra love, a little extra support to the channel, if you want to, you can go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids. So much stuff is down below in the description. Let's get into this first question that came from my guy, Antuan. He said, life update. What's going on with our guy? He said, hey, Ingraven and Team, keep it clean. Just thought I'd share that. I got the job. Hey, everybody, in the comment section, just put congrats, Antuan. That boy got the job. I ain't get that bread, baby. Congrats to you, my friend. He said, I'll be working at Capo Creamery. He said, and I'm looking at houses with my girl. Oh, that boy got the job. Looking at house. Boy, you're doing everything right now. Shout out to you. Congrats on that, too. He said, I'm still a little nervous about this new chapter of life with the baby on the way, but we're taking steps to better ourselves. That's all you could do. That's all you could do. Just try to be better. Every single day going to present its challenges, like we all know. But as long as you just try to get a little better every single day, then you're doing the right thing. Shout out to you, man. He said, much love to you and Team Keep It Clean for the positive words. They really help settle my racing mind. Sorry for the long non-question. This was not long at all, my friend. You should see some people within the questions that they sent. There's a long. This one was not long at all, but no, you're good, man. You're good, and congrats again to you and your girl. 2021 form. Next question came from my guy Joshua B. He said, what's up, Ingraven? Hope you and your family are doing well. And Team Keep It Clean, and hope everyone is doing well. It's been a while since we last talked. I believe it was before we signed Jair Alexander, but we back. Before I start the email, I just want to say thank you and Team Keep It Clean for having a fun and positive space to talk football. I watch you in the vault and the most because y'all have that positive space to talk Ravens football without all that negativity going around. It's so refreshing to have the other person you're talking football with being respectful and positive other than being negative and trying to rage bait you. So thank y'all. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot, man. Thank you. Thank you for watching. All y'all, thank y'all for watching. For those of you who do watch. Some people don't watch. They're like, I ain't watching that garbage. But thank you for those of y'all that do watch. I appreciate y'all supporting. I appreciate y'all coming through all the time because y'all do, man. He said, the season is almost here, and week 1 is a couple of days away, and likely probably won't be rushed back for week 1, and that's fine. I still have trust in Money Marc. Yes, he had a bad game in the playoffs, but he still had over 500 yards and 11 touchdowns, and Lamar still fully trusts him. True. Something I think that I don't hear much often is how it's Marc's first full offseason healthy since 2023. Around week 10 of the 2023 season, he had the foot injury versus the Bengals. Then maybe coming back a little too soon for the AFC Championship game, but still going into the 2024 season coming off that foot. Plus a car accident injury, which we didn't find out till later that it was more serious than we thought. And that had something to do with the slowness that he had at the beginning of last year. Good point. He said now going into the season, he's even more motivated and passionate coming off the drop in 2 years since the foot and fully healthy offseason. I hope that he's back to that 2021 form. Ooh, you know what's crazy? That's such a good point. I appreciate you bringing that up. But even in a down year last year, I ain't talking about the playoff game, but even in a down year, like Marc Andrews still balled. He still balled. So, like, imagine him being healthy. Yeah, so yeah. He said, my question is, what week do you think we get likely back, and who do you think will be the biggest X factor for the offense this year? Much love, and it's nice to see your TikToks popping up on my FYP randomly. LOL, until the next time. Hey, shout out to you for shouting out the TikTok. Yeah, we on TikTok too. Y'all can follow over there, say Ingravenvids. I appreciate that, man. Now, likely. I'm gonna go week 3 or 4 for now. We ain't got not a single update on Isaiah Likely. He ain't even started practicing yet. And I think with Isaiah Likely, he'll practice, but will he be activated immediately when he starts practicing? I think it all depends on how he looks at practice. So right now, I'm going to say week 3 or 4, and then I guess we'll just reassess as the season continues. Just some thoughts. Next question came from my guy Marc JG. He said, what's up, Ingraven? What's up, Marc? He said, how you and the fam feeling? Sending this on my birthday, and I got to thinking that we can't have everything we want, but at least we can be happy, right? Exactly. Be happy and be content, because a lot of times we can look around and we could be wanting this, we could be wanting that. We just want more. But we could forget without realizing that we already got a lot. Like, and it's important to do that for all of us. So I appreciate you sharing that. He said, let me ask this question. We often say we can't pay everybody, which technically true, but we saw Cincinnati pay Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. Yeah, even though they got T. Higgins on that little wonky deal, they did technically get it done. He said, we see the Saints pay for players and stay in the negative cap. But they got to get positive, because before free agency starts, before the new league year starts every year, they got to get in the positive, and they find a way to do it. But anyway, he said he's seen the Rams go all in. Oh, yeah. He said, so would it really be crazy to see Isaiah Likely and Andrew stay together and get paid? Ooh, you talking something right there, ain't you? Ooh, wow. Ooh, okay now. He said, in all of these factors, I laid out the monkey wrench, which would be how the Ravens would do business. With that being said, let's get to the real question. I was listening to Trust the Bank with McConnell and Josh. Shout out to both of them, man. They be doing their thing. He said they were talking about how much better our defensive line may have gotten compared to last year. He said, we aren't the Philadelphia Eagles, and I got to thinking again, why not? Why not go sign Christian Wilkins? That's what I was saying before, but I don't know about that now. Cause anyway, he said, why not sign Christian Wilkins and have them rotate between Matabike, Jones, Jenkins, and Washington? The possibility and the versatility will be endless. Now, I know the accusations and reports and won't say them because it's Team Keep It Clean. Bingo. Bingo. That part right there. But anyway, he said, and I don't want to be in your doghouse. I appreciate you, man. He said, but I will say, I don't think they're a big deal. Just because someone being childish, but still, no means no. And when someone says chill out, chill, because you don't know what someone has been through or what they're feeling that day. Boom. Bingo. He said, real quick, in this preseason game, everyone is going to be looking for a wide receiver, but I got a few players in mind. I want to see our safeties, Bo Braid and the assassin, Raising Kane Sanusi. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that. I haven't really noticed Bo Braid. Has he been playing in the preseason? I have not been seeing him. Maybe I'm just missing, but I don't think I've been seeing him. I seen Sanusi Kane a little bit, but I ain't really been seeing Bo Braid. He said, also want to see Garrett Dillinger and Chandler Martin, the linebacker. What are some players that you want to see? You taking merch ideas? Oh, you know I am. I always am. Always am. But because I do really want to get that going. I wanted to just be better. I wanted to pop. I wanted to look good, man. But I wanted to be Team Keep It Clean as well. So I got to figure all that stuff out. But some players that I've been wanting to see in the preseason, more Jay Higgins. And I think he's going to make the roster. He's on there already. Ruben Lowry. He gonna make the roster. I think he's on there already too. But players that I want to see, but I don't want to see in the preseason. I've been itching to see Keaton Mitchell again, but I'm patient though. I don't mind being patient. I don't want to see him in the preseason. Like I said, John Harbaugh don't play him in this last game. Save him for week 1, and that's what Harbaugh better do. You better do it, John. I know you will though. I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna have some big trust in you. But Okoye, and I will say Peebles too. And he also said, I forgot this last part. He said, thanks, Ingraven, sending this at 4 a.m. at work and didn't proofread. So if there's mistakes, I'm sorry, but much love to you all. Oh, no, this was perfect. Next question came from Mellow. He said, greetings from Japan. What's up, Mellow? He said, Lamar could easily be the highest paid player in the league, but with the expiring contracts of key players, should Lamar tap into Tom Brady's playbook and take a smarter contract to keep the players around him now that he is going to his 3rd contract, or should he get that bag? What would you do? Much love to you and the fam and Team Keep It Clean. Oh, I would get the bag. I get what you're saying. I know, hey, Tom Brady, he took less. But he was getting paid through something else with the Patriots. I think through their training facility, through something like that, where he was still making money off of them through his contract, but through something else. I forgot exactly what it was. But Lamar Jackson, get your money. I would say get your money. Why? Because it's not up to you to construct the team. That's up to Eric DeCosta, the general manager. It's up to the Pat Moriarty. I think did he retire though? I think he might have retired last year. But it's up to whoever's in charge of the salary cap and all that stuff. That's up to them. When Lamar, again, you forgive people. Forgive them. But Lamar Jackson, he got tried. He got tried a lot. He got tried on his value. So don't take less. Because if you end up taking less, you'll forever have to take less moving forward. So get your money. Speaking of roster construction, these Baltimore Ravens, they upgraded this roster like crazy this offseason. To see everything that they did and some people that you might have actually forgotten about, watch this video over here. We talked about it heavy.